Welcome to our first episode of Cooking from the Soul. The one and only Kristin Lee.
Yay!
So Kristin, I'm trying to impress this girl. I want to cook a nice hearty meal for her.
Over FaceTime?
Oh, too soon. You're right though. Me and my building mates or pod mates, I actually want to cook something hearty for them. Something Korean, but I can't go to K-Town these days. So is there anything that you can recommend to me make that's simple and still has the flavor that will satisfy my Korean?
Absolutely. Or we can make some kimchi stew. Kimchi JJigae.
Kimchi JJigae.
Jjigae means stew in Korean.
Okay.
And all you need really is just 2 ingredients, and these are ingredients that you can find in any Asian market.
Like H-Mart?
H-Mart, Mitsuwa, or even any local Asian markets. They are qualified as the essentials, so they should be open. To make the very simplest version, you honestly only just need 2 ingredients, which are, obviously, kimchi. And it's basically just fermented cabbage. You can make this yourself, but they sell this everywhere pre-made. This particular one being my favorite brand from Jonggatjip. And you just have to make sure that you get the kimchi that is cabbage version, because sometimes they have daikon, which is Asian radish, or they have them in green onion. So make sure you buy the cabbage one, and also that you make sure to get the one that's red kimchi, that's made with red pepper flakes.
Cool. What about the second ingredient?
Yes, the second ingredient, actually you could find this in your local grocery store that's not Asian also, which is pork belly. So this particular one is actually not from an Asian store, so we were able to find this very easily. However, if you do get to the Asian grocery stores, they actually sell the ones that are particularly made or cut up for jjigae, for the stews. So they're cut in smaller pieces and you don't have to actually chop them up, but this is perfectly fine, and you just have to get a knife and slice it up a little bit. So for this simple version with just only these 2 ingredients, all you have to do is take your pork belly in a pot, put it in high heat, and just stir fry them up until they're about 3/4 way cooked. Once they're about 3/4 way cooked, add some water. I would say just about maybe a cup or cup and a half, so not too much water, and bring it to boil so that you make this pork belly stock. Once that's boiling, all you're gonna do is add your kimchi. One very important point is to not add too much water, because if you dilute the kimchi too much, then you're not going to have a whole lot of flavor. So you want to make sure that the water level is just not enough so that it's nice and flavorful. And then you just bring that to boil, and that's the really simple but super delicious version of your kimchi jjigae.
So Kristin, I know this is a very simple dish, and I'm kind of a fancy guy. Can I pimp up this kimchi jjigae a little bit?
Yes.
How?
Well, there are many ways to make this kimchi. As long as you have the pork belly and kimchi, you can basically add anything you want. But today, we're going to make a very special broth by adding more than the pork belly. And we'll get cooking very soon. Okay, so for this more elaborate, fancier version of our kimchi jjigae, what we're going to do is actually add some more ingredients. You could really just about add anything that you want, but today I'm going to add some chopped onion. This is oyster mushroom, but usually enoki mushroom is really good. My grocery didn't have it today, so I got the oyster mushroom. And then some tofu. Some other ingredients you could add are green onions. You could add some squash if you'd like, but really just about anything you like you could add. The other really important component to this fancier version is making dashi. So instead of just having the pork stock, what we're going to do is make our own broth with anchovies and kelp. Now, if you are at the Asian market, you will see something that says, I think it's written in English here, but it says 통멸치 다시마팩, which means whole anchovy and kelp packs. So basically what this is they have conveniently put in each packaging like a handful of anchovies and chopped up kelp. So what we're gonna do is take one of these, and in boiling water, once our water boils, we're going to just drop that in there and then we're going to just let it boil, and we're gonna make stock and let it boil for about 15 minutes.
So the water's boiling now, so I'm just gonna take the packet, drop it right in there, close up the lid, and then bring the heat down to about low medium.
Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes of the dashi being made. We're gonna just keep it boiling for a little bit, and while we do that, we turn on the high heat in the pot that we're gonna use to make the jjigae. So to the heated pot, we're going to add our pork belly, and honestly, you could just put as much as you want. Pork belly has a lot of fat, so you don't have to add any extra oil or anything like that. So let this cook for a while. And to this, we're actually going to add just a little bit, about half a spoon of minced garlic. I like garlic. I'm gonna put a little more. And this is my little secret. When I cook pork belly, we're going to add just a little bit of brown sugar. This brown sugar is hardened, so we're just going to put this whole piece in there. And what this is going to do is it's going to coat it and sort of caramelize it a little bit, and it's so delicious.
So when the pork is about halfway cooked, this is when I will add my onion. And if you are putting other vegetables, make sure you put the vegetables that are sort of harder to cook down first, and make sure you don't stir too much.
So as you can see, all of that oil, you see all that oil? That's all from the pork fat. And that's the good stuff. And you can see that the onion is starting to get a little translucent, and the pork belly is browning. Okay. Oh my gosh, my mouth is salivating. I'm so hungry. So, right around this time, this is when we're going to add all of our kimchi.
One very important thing to remember is to not lose a drop of that kimchi juice. It's a magic ingredient, and that's what makes it really, really, really stanky and very good. And then just mix everything up.
Okay, so I've been cooking the kimchi with the pork. I put a lid on just a little bit, and then so now it's kind of boiling, and as you can see, the kimchi's not fully cooked yet. But that's okay. That's okay, because you know we need to cook that in the stew. So now what we're gonna do is get our dashi. Probably take out that packet here, because we don't want to eat the packet. As you can see, the color of our dashi is nicely yellow color.
Yellow is the perfect color for dashi. So now what we're gonna do is just take this yellow goodness, pour it right into the kimchi stew. Make sure that you don't submerge the kimchi all the way, because we don't want too much dashi in there.
Idea of a stew is that it's not a soup, right? So we don't want it to be completely soupy. So we're gonna cook just enough. Keep it on high heat. And we're just gonna put the lid back on.
So when the kimchi stew is boiling like this, bring down the heat to about low medium so that it'll simmer for a little while.
Wow, look at that. Nice and glossy. So right around this time, what I'm going to do is now add our tofu.
That's an entire thing of tofu, a whole lot of tofu, but you know what?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
YOLO.
YOLO. That's not that pretty. That's okay. Add our mushroom off to the side here. Okay, and then I actually found some scallion in the fridge, so we're gonna add a little bit of that on the side. And then also found a bit of jalapeno, so I took one because you know you don't want it to be too spicy, but for a nice little kick, put it here. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty?
Put that lid on.
All right, so it's been cooking for a while. And now as you can see, all the greens are getting nice and withered. So we're just gonna take a little bit of that soup and then coat it on the tofu. You know what? Why don't we just get in there? We'll just mix it all up. All right, and then
Ta-da!
and look at that. Honestly, I think the real trick to really yummy kimchi jjigae is put whatever you got in that fridge, just put it in there, as long as you have your kimchi and pork belly, and then just cook it down and simmer for as long as you can, because I think that's the true key. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we have Song-hee Lee, our international food critic here again.
So to our food critic, I'm going to serve this over rice. Kimchi jjigae is meant to be on the salty side, so to balance that flavor, you want to have it with rice. And tofu is why it complements it really well too. So let's see what she thinks. So this concludes the recipe for my kimchi jjigae. I hope you enjoyed this recipe and hope you try it out. See you next time.